Hello, hello again.
Hello, Roberto. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How about you, Oscar?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm already to the next class.
Oh, you're ready for this class?
Yes, already.
That's good. Okay. Mila, how are you, Mila? Okay. Talison, how are you?
Hi, my friend. I'm fine. I'm at the barber shop. I'm listening to the
Ah,
class.
that's why you are all protected, huh? Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Erica, you're still okay?
So, teacher, I'm okay.
Good. Gloria, how are you today? Gloria, you're listening to me? Mila, how about you? How are you?
Hi, Roberto. I'm fine.
Good, good to know. Okay, what are we going to do first? Before we start today's class, okay, we are just going to answer the 4 or 5 questions that were not answered in the last class, and then we will start today's class, all right? So pay attention here without, let me share my screen with you. Share screen. Okay. All right. In this last class, we were talking about phrasal verbs, right? And then we stopped, I think, at number 4, when I remember Gloria saying that she has cut off many people while driving, right, Gloria?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, but question number 5 is, has anyone, that's a general question, I'm changing, instead of have you, has anyone ever run out of gas while traveling? Has this ever happened to anyone here?
I had one time, once,
You had this experience once, really?
once, yeah.
Where were you going? Do you remember, Scott?
I went in Rio de Janeiro.
I was going to
Yeah,
Rio.
I was driving. The friend's car, and suddenly the car stopped. I don't know what's happened.
You didn't know at the time?
I didn't know what's happened.
I'm
discovered after the gas it's run out.
You had run out of
because
gas.
because the display to show the level, the fluid was broken.
Ay, ay, ay. And then
Was
what did
broken.
you do?
Yeah.
Did you have to walk to the nearest gas station?
I put the car in the safe place, walk to the
next
gas station, both some liters, to return the car.
Return it to the car.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But it's the night. It's a night time. It's a very dangerous.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once
were you driving on Dutra?
No.
No. Okay.
No. In the road, never.
Okay. Yes, that's very dangerous. Thank God I never had that experience, okay? I always make sure I have some gasoline in my car, okay? And if I'm running out of gas, I make sure I stop and I fill up the tank before taking a chance, okay? Has anyone ever had an experience with this, running out of gas while traveling? Mila, Dirce, Leandro, Juliana?
No, teacher.
Never.
No.
No.
Thank God, huh?
Thank God.
Now, so I'll go to the next question. Does anyone, I'm generalizing, okay? The question is, do you? But I'm asking in a general way. Does anyone remember the last time you came across someone you hadn't seen for a long time while shopping or just walking around? Remember the meaning of to come across?
Yes.
Do you remember the last time you came across someone you hadn't seen for a long time while shopping or walking around?
No.
Yes, teacher. Mila.
Tell us about it, Mila.
A few years ago,
Uh-huh.
I was in the Disney World.
Okay.
I and my husband, and I came across.
Oh, Mila.
What?
It's okay to be at Disney World with your husband, but we don't say I and my husband. That's very impolite. We say my husband and I.
Okay. No.
Okay. This is not racist.
I
Okay.
and my husband, teacher.
Yeah. I don't want the man to come first. That's not the point. But the point is, we say my husband and I.
Okay.
Much better.
Okay, and I came across a friend.
And this is a word.
Yes. A lot of people in the park, and
really?
we was walking.
We were walking.
Yes, and I saw my friend and her husband.
That's nice. So did you go out? Did you end up going out for a dinner or for a drink after that or no?
Yes, of course.
It's funny. Last time I was at Disney World, can you believe that I came across José Wilker?
Okay.
Yeah, but he's not my friend. Understand? I just met him in a store there, okay?
It's a
Huh?
it's a famous actor. No?
Yes. Yeah, he was because
He
I think
was.
he passed away.
Unfortunately, he was. Yeah.
He passed away.
Yeah, I think he passed away.
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone else would like to share this experience? Or nobody? I will go to number 7 then. Have you ever been looking for a place and you ended up in the middle of nowhere? What happened? Hello, question is for everyone. Nobody has had this experience before. No?
Now I'm living in the middle of nowhere, so.
Teacher,
Yeah.
I had an experience like that. Always when I go into São Paulo, I'm getting this
lost.
situation.
You get lost and you end up in a different place. Yes?
Yeah. Go to Republic Square.
Okay.
You see around, it's not look like a square.
Okay. I remember once my wife, Mila, pay attention. I remember once my wife and I, okay?
Okay.
We wanted to go to a different restaurant. We were told that this was a very good restaurant in a city called Pouso Alegre, okay? In Minas. And then we put in the Waze.
Teacher.
Yes.
I was born in Pouso Alegre.
Really? Who is saying that?
Vanessa.
Really, Vanessa?
Yes.
Vanessa, it's unbelievable. Your microphone is working very well today.
Yes, because in my husband's computer and me.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice now. Yeah. Now it's nice. Yeah.
It's because of this.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a very young man
Yeah.
because I can listen to you. Okay. I
Oh,
thought I was getting old with the hearing problem. Understand? Today you're
Yeah.
perfect. But okay, so maybe you are going to be familiar with this.
Yeah.
So I put at the Waze, the name of the restaurant, I think was Nananá das Palmeiras. Okay, it's a horse farm, something like this. I don't remember the exact name, but anyway, I put a Waze and Waze told me, go this way, turn here, turn there, turn there, turn here, go up, go straight, go blah, 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 blah. You have arrived at your destination. I looked around. There was only a green field with some horses, some other animals. And I said, what the fuck is this? You know, like there is no restaurant here. And we were completely lost. Okay. And then I said, it's not possible to be here. So what did I do? I returned it all the way. It took me like almost 30 minutes to get downtown. And then I asked a taxi driver, do you know where this restaurant is? It's called Ipica. Ipica. Okay. And the guy, oh, yes, it's just next to the industrial district. I had passed in front of it, and I think I drove for another 30 minutes. Waze took me to the other side of the city, and I really ended up in the middle of nowhere, understand? Then we spent another 30 minutes just to get back to the restaurant, okay? Understand this? Or
Yes,
no?
wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that was in Pouso Alegre, not in São Paulo, okay?
A small city.
Yeah, but compared to São Paulo, very small. Number 8 is a funny one. Maybe we'll have some examples here. Have you ever talked to a foreigner in another language asking for help, but you couldn't make out what he or she said? You couldn't understand what he or she said.
Yes.
Tell us about it. Maybe now I'll have some examples.
In my interchange, I had a situation like that.
Always interchange.
Last year in December, I was in the beach playing with my friends and family, and some foreigner came across me. Foreigner.
Yes.
Came across
Foreigner.
me and foreigner came across me, and we tried to communicate and talk, but we weren't able to understand each other.
Okay. So you still don't know what he or she said?
Yes.
Okay. Is there, and then after I'll tell you what happened to me once. Any other? Oscar!
Here, teacher.
Who?
Juliana.
Okay, Juliana. Well, what happened to your dog? Did you put your dog to sleep?
It's not my dog.
It's not your dog.
It's my neighbor.
Okay. So did you
I changed the room.
I thought you had just given some poison to the dog, okay?
I think that sometimes. But
think
no.
about that? No, don't do that.
No.
People that kill dogs, not the good people.
Yeah. What happened?
So, about two years ago, I was in Belgium. I went to do the New Year in Belgium.
Okay.
Alone.
Not very interesting there, I can tell you that.
It's a exchange. I did an exchange it in Portugal.
Ah,
So in New Year, I went to pass New Year.
you spend the New Year's in Belgium.
Spend New Year in Belgium.
In Brussels or in Bruges?
In Brussels.
Okay.
Brussels. So I was in the square.
Okay.
I went to the square with some people that I met at the hostel.
Okay.
So after I come back alone. So I didn't remember how. And
Get back.
Quebec, I was on foot. So I asked to several people at the street in English. I asked in English, but
They replied in Dutch.
in Dutch or French.
Yeah. Very easy to understand that.
Yes. Include police, the police. I asked to the
officer?
police.
Really?
Police don't speak English.
I don't agree with you. Maybe the police officer you asked was a little retarded, because I was in Brussels less than 2 months ago, and I asked for many people for directions in English, and they gave me good directions in English, including a police officer in front of a hotel.
Oh.
Okay?
I don't get good lucky.
Yes, you were not lucky. And did it take you a long time to get back to the hostel?
About 1 or 2 hours.
Walking.
I get by myself.
Okay.
I enter in several wrong streets. So
yeah, that is not so uncommon in Brussels, because the streets are very narrow, very confusing. Understand?
Yes.
Yes. I used to live in Belgium. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. So I gave classes there in some companies. So I'm very familiar with Brussels. Okay.
It's a nice country. It's the country of the beer and chocolate.
The chocolate there is wonderful. Yes. My favorite was Leonidas. Yes. It's all over. It's a chain. It's like the McDonald's of chocolate. Okay.
Okay.
Every place you find a Leonidas. It's a very good chocolate. Okay. Okay. Anyone else would like to share this experience?
Yes, teacher, Dirce.
Go ahead, Dirce.
In 2016, my son and I were in China, and there anyone speak English.
Yes, China is a nightmare. Yes.
So you need to use only mobile, Google Tradutor.
Translator.
And sometimes, sorry?
Google Translator.
Google Translator. But sometimes we need to ask for some information, and we need to use the map, Chinese map. And we only show the point of the map.
Okay.
And they don't speak anything, the Chinese people. It's very friendly, but they don't speak anything. And
but they try to help. That's interesting.
Yeah, try help us.
Yes, and that's my story is exactly involving a Chinese too. Okay.
They are very friendly people.
Yes, they are. You are right. Okay. I think the only disadvantage is that they spit.
Yeah, a lot. Especially in autumn.
No. Any season of the year, anywhere, you are eating lunch in a restaurant, and they go like, and I go, oh my gosh, So you have to be careful with your shoes, okay? Anyone else would like to share this experience with us?
Hi, teacher. I am.
Go ahead, Talisson, yes?
Yeah. And last year I was at Rio de Janeiro, and a group of the German guys
Okay.
came to me and my girlfriend, and they asked about the bank ATM, but they didn't ask me correctly in English. But so I really didn't make it out about what
Make out what they were saying.
What they were saying. So
Okay.
they show me money. Oh, and where can I get this?
Okay.
What? Okay, you can get this in a bank. Okay, can you get me? Can you take me
Can
there?
you show me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
He asked me to took the group
Took
there.
them. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
was really,
I'm glad they asked you, because if they showed money and asked me, where can I get these? I would probably reply, I don't know. I haven't seen money for a long time.
they
Okay.
were really drunk in a carnival. So
Okay. Okay, anyone else? Let me tell you a funny story that happened to me, my wife, and I was in New York City with my wife and my 2 children. And it was near Christmas. And my wife wanted to go to a shopping mall. But there is no shopping mall in Manhattan. The only shopping malls are in New Jersey, on the other side of the river. So I told her, okay, if you want to go, let's go. I was driving. So I crossed the Holland Tunnel under the Hudson River to go to New Jersey, to go to a mall. And the children, my wife, they stayed there until the closure of the mall. Understand? It was late at night, winter time, it was snowing, and we left the mall at about 10:15, 10:20. Okay, I got into the car, and I tried to drive back to get into the tunnel to return to Manhattan, because our hotel was in Manhattan. But it was amazing. Every street I would enter, I would end up in a concrete wall, and the tunnel was there. The access to the tunnel, I could see it, but I could not enter because there was a concrete wall. So I kept driving and driving, and there was nobody on the streets to ask for direction. And then I saw a man walking, and I thought, thank God, that's my salvation. I parked the car, and I said, excuse me, sir, do you know how I can get back into Manhattan by the Holland Tunnel? And the man said, Holland Tunnel? Was a Chinese man. I said, yes. Now, and then comes the funny part. And then he started, yes, I understood. My children were sitting in the back. They were, Dad, can you make out anything he's saying? I told them, not a word. And he would always, and I, Anyway, thank you. And I left. And I drove for another 20 minutes, still trying to find the entrance to the tunnel. And I was worried because it was late at night. By this time, it was almost 11 o'clock at night. As I told you, it was snowing in the winter time with 2 children in the back. Okay? And then I thought, my gosh. And then I saw a very well-dressed, tall, black guy wearing a fur coat, those very long coats, listening to a radio, okay, on the shoulder, on a corner. And then I thought, well, that's it. Let's ask him. And excuse me, sir. I started like this. We are Brazilians. We are lost. can you try to help us? You know, I'm trying to get back into Manhattan, and I can't find a way to enter in the Holland Tunnel. And the guy, sure, that's easy. I'm gonna teach you. When he said that, a car stopped right in front of mine, and he said, hold on. I said, okay. The door opened, and this was unbelievable. My children, they still remember, because what we saw there, I had never seen in my life. Two prostitutes came out of the car. And he was, where's the money? And then I thought, oh my gosh, he's a pimp. You know what's a pimp?
No.
A pimp is the guy that arranges prostitutes
The
for
boss.
other people.
The boss.
A pimp. And he started, where's the money? And then they gave him some money, I don't know how much, said, that's not possible, only this. Give me the money, all the money. And they go, no. And he, started beating up the girls. When I saw that, I put
So
the
sad,
car,
so sad.
I put the car, no, but listen, I put the car into reverse, and I said, Jesus Christ, I'm getting out of here. When I put the car into reverse and I started moving, he looked, I told you to hold on. I stopped. Understand? He beat up the girls, really, in front of us. Then he came to the car. He came back to the car and said, well, as I was telling you, to get back, he continued the conversation as normal as a priest talking during the Sunday Mass. Understand? You just need to turn around here, go back like 2 blocks, and then you take the first exit, and na. And I was, thank you very much, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank God.
He gave us the precise direction, okay? And I felt very bad for the girls, of course, but he gave us the precise directions. But I was amazed to see the situation, understand? It was very, 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 very bad.
Wow.
Okay. But we were able to get back into Manhattan, okay? But the Chinese was unbelievable. My kids still joke about that, okay? No, ask my father. He speaks Chinese and understands Chinese very well. Okay? I couldn't make out a word of what the guy said. Okay, we finished this. No more questions. Let's go back to today's class. Let me stop sharing this, and I will share today's class because we'll change topics. Have you ever stopped one day when you were going to say something because you didn't know if you were supposed to use to or for? Like, I'm going to make some coffee to you. I'm going to make some coffee for you. Were you ever in this situation or no? That's not a problem for you.
For me, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yes,
For
it's
For
my
me too.
case. Yeah.
Yes.
For me too.
Sometimes I have that.
Okay, so that's what I'm
Yes,
going
me
to
too.
try to solve in this class, okay? I will try to show you 5 different situations which you use to or for, all right? And I hope that I
All
will
right.
clear most of your doubts, because believe me, even native speakers of English, sometimes they confuse this, understand? But it's
Yes.
not so difficult. You just need to pay attention carefully. And of course, if you don't understand, we can explain. All right? So let's start the class.
Right.
Now, the use of the prepositions to and for. Many students have problems in using the prepositions, there's an I missing, to and for correctly. Our aim in this class is to try to help you understand the difference and use them correctly. Oops, there's an L missing here. Okay, it's funny. When I finish writing, I don't see the mistakes. When I open to give the class, I see all the mistakes. Okay,
Happens.
so let's start like this. There are 5 examples here. In your opinion, how would you complete them?
True.
True.
Too bad.
For.
Okay.
Two.
4.
2.
2.
4.
2.
You see, the
2.
answer is unanimous. Okay, everyone has the same opinion. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4.
No, 2.
Too bad.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
Go
Two.
to. No. 4. 4.
For me,
4,
it's
4.
2.
Okay, I will try 2 first. Let's see, because there were more people saying 2, but somebody said 4. Then we'll discuss. Can you hold these for me or for me?
4.
4.
4.
For me.
For me.
4.
4. Okay, I'm going to listen to
Yes.
Gloria and Oscar. They were the first ones. Supermarket is open from 8 a.m.
2.
2.
2.
to 7 p.m.
2.
Okay.
2.
My grandfather gave this watch
4.
Me.
4.
For me.
Ah, it's for me.
4.
okay, when I was 5 years old. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, okay? I'm just
Okay.
writing
Okay.
what you are
Okay.
telling me,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
No, because maybe you give a print screen and say, my teacher was teaching me incorrectly. All right? I have to be very careful. There is a lawyer in this classroom, understand? Right, Carol?
No.
So I'm just writing what you're telling me.
I'm just student now.
Student now.
Almost 2 hours, teacher.
Oh my
Two.
gosh.
No. So I have to do everything I can to save my ass, okay? It's in danger. It's in the line, as they say in English. My ass is in the line. That's
Oh my gosh.
idiom. That's an idiom I did not include because it's not very nice, but my ass is in the line. I bought a birthday present
Oh.
for you, or I bought a birthday present
For you.
For you.
For you.
Oh,
4.
I'm writing
think
what
it's
Gloria
2.
said. Okay, so I'm going to write here too.
4.
Oh, let me tell you something. Number 1 was the easiest use of 2 or 4. This one is considered basic English, right? And as you could see, many people were in doubt because this is a very controversial point, okay? So let's try to understand and make sure at least this basic part, you have no problem. Then number 2 is more difficult. Number 3 is more difficult. Number 4 is a lot more difficult. And number 5 is the most difficult, okay? But let's try to discuss all the cases.
Okay.
So, Oscar, can you read something for me? I'm tired. 2 and 4.
2 and 4 can have many different uses in English. For example, I use go to a shop, go to São Paulo, go to Italy, and so on, when the idea is the final destination of my journey. Journey.
Okay, this is the first case. When it's a destination, it's always true. So what time do you go for bed? No. What time do you go to bed? Because bed is the final destination.
Yeah.
Then I say to bed, okay? There is only one exception to this rule. We never say go to home. We say go home. Understand? If I call you, like say, Gloria, where are you? I'm at home. It's not necessary to use any preposition before home. I'm home. Understand? Home is an exception. So home, sweet home. We don't use any prepositions. So,
Why, teacher?
because home can only be your house. Understand? It cannot even be your mother's house. Your mother's house, you refer to my mother's house. Home is your house. So it's a definite place that doesn't need any preposition. It can even be considered an exception. Okay? We go home, we are home, stay home. That's why I always say this: stay home, stay safe, not stay at home. But I say I stay at the Hilton Hotel. Understand? If it's not home, I use a preposition. Where did you stay there? I was at the Hilton Hotel. Okay? But I
Teacher,
was, yes.
when I say I'm going to my mother's house,
Okay.
okay, or I'm going to my house.
No,
I'm going my house.
Home. No, your house
Going
is
my
always
house.
home. Your house is always home. You never refer to your house as house. You say
I'm going
home.
home. I'm going home.
I'm going home. Where are you? I'm home.
I'm home. Yeah.
Understand? No prepositions
Okay.
needed. Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
So that's an exception. Now, pay attention to number 2. Gloria, can you read it for us? The only, now, that I read. We use for.
We use for when you do something for someone else. You carry something for someone, buy something for someone, and so on.
Okay. So in the second case, there was no doubt. Can you hold this for me? Understand? So I'm asking a person to do something for me. Okay? So can you carry this for me? The correct preposition is for. Can you buy some milk for us? Okay? So after these verbs, it's common to use for. So you were right here. The next use, Sheldon, can you read this for us? We use to.
We used to when you are talking about an end point in time or space. In this case, it's common to say from da 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 to da 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 da.
Perfect. I love the da 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 was a perfect pronunciation, okay?
From A to B.
Yes, so that's why it was also correct here, from, okay, 8 to 7. Like this road goes from São Paulo to Guarujá, okay? This road goes from São Paulo to Rio, okay? From to. This is, you can memorize, so no problem.
Time and space.
Time
Yes.
or
Time
place.
or space. I'll be
Okay.
here from Monday to Friday. Okay? Oh,
Okay.
I'll be here from Monday to Friday. This new road goes from São Paulo to Guarujá. Okay? Now, Salvador, are you there with us?
Yes, teacher.
Can you read the next part? Starting here. You can also
use to with verb of giving, like in the sentence number 4. However, with this verb, it's common to use a structure without to.
Okay. Probably this is the most important point of this basic part. Sentence number 4. My grandfather gave this watch for me. You see? It's not correct. It's incorrect.
To be.
The correct, yes. The correct here is he gave it to me. Now, what is the interesting point? I can go to the next page and show you. As Salvador read, however, with these verbs, it's more common, or it's common to use a structure without to. So how can I do? I don't need the preposition. Oh, you can give something to someone, or it's more common to say give someone something without to. Like give the letter to me. It's perfect English, but believe me, no native speaker talks like this. This is a typical construction of a person that is organizing the ideas in Portuguese, translating word by word, and say it in English. In English, it's much more common to say, give me the letter, please. Of course, they want to facilitate. English is a language that they don't like to complicate. They always try to facilitate. So, give me the letter, please. Pass me the salt, please. Not pass the salt to me. It's correct. But the point is, it's not common. So I can say, for example, I will send, I'll write here, I will send an email to you tomorrow morning. Okay? Yes, morning. If you write like this, it's perfect English. Nobody is going to make any comments about it. But believe me, this is not the most natural way of saying it. The best way of saying it is, I'll send you an email tomorrow morning. Right?
Right.
Okay? So in the case of my grandfather gave this watch to me, or my grandfather gave me this watch when I was 5. Okay?
It's a formal way?
This informal, natural way. Natural. Understand?
But writing?
No, you can use it in both writing and speaking. Yes. And I'm going to tell you something. Only Brazilians that formulate the sentences in Portuguese here and translate into English use the first form. Okay? The Americans prefer the second form. I'll send you an email tomorrow morning. But if you think in Portuguese, eu vou te mandar e-mail. I will send an email to you. Okay?
Yes.
So be careful with this. As I told you, this is really, really basic. Now, the examples in the first 5 sentences are the most common uses of to and for. So in the last one, if we pay attention, I bought a birthday present for you or to you after reading
Both.
this.
For you.
For.
For you.
Here.
You bought something for another person.
Yes. There was somebody sent, I read here. You carry something for someone, you buy something for someone, okay? Like, I'll make some coffee for you. So it's not possible to use to you. I bought it for you. Understand? It's a person, it's not a destination. I bought it for you. Can you hold it for me? Can you carry this for me? It's too heavy. Okay?
Something for someone.
Yes, exactly, Oscar. You buy, you carry, you give, okay?
The exceptions to this case is give, send.
Yeah, send.
Yes. Yeah,
okay?
exception, yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
These are the most common cases, okay? Let's analyze a few more cases. Look at these sentences below and try to complete them using to or for. I stopped on the way home, get some coffee. I stopped on the way home, some coffee. This metal thing is used, open bottles. This metal thing is used, opening bottles. Are you here, business or pleasure? How can I complete this? Help me, please.
The first one is to.
The first.
To. Any different
To
opinion
get.
or no?
To get.
The second.
For.
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 The third.
Oh, yes.
Open.
Two.
Two.
Four.
Four.
Two.
I put
No.
both. And
Opening.
here,
Four.
okay. So as usual, we don't have much time. So I'm going to read and try to explain probably something extremely important to you. Oh, you can use 2 and 4 for a reason to do something or to explain the function of something. In sentence number 1 and 2, you're talking about the reason for doing something. Why did you stop on the way home? To get some coffee. Or I don't use the verb. I say for some coffee. Both answers would be perfect. But observe that when you use the verb in infinitive, you have to use 2 plus a verb in infinitive, or 4 plus a noun to express this idea. It would not be possible here to say for getting some coffee. Understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
It's only possible to say to get some coffee, because if you are confused, ask yourself the question, why? If you have a reason for stopping, it's only 2 possibilities: to do something or for something. That's it. Now I want you to compare number 3 and number 4. This metal thing is used to open bottles. The question here has nothing to do with the reason. Okay? It is with the function. What does it serve for? What is it good for? Understand? So in this case, I can say this metal thing is used to open bottles or for opening bottles.
Okay.
Not to opening. Understand? Because here, to is a preposition. And after prepositions, I can only use a verb in the ing without exception. So to open or opening. Okay?
Okay.
So I have some more examples here. Oh. She developed a tool to analyze data. I'm sorry, there was a mistake here. Data collected at different times and places. Oh, she developed a tool to analyze. So that was the reason or the use?
The reason.
The reason?
No.
Why did she develop a tool to analyze the data? Is it? Or it was the purpose?
The purpose.
The function. Yes, was the purpose, the function of it. What's the purpose of this tool? What's the function of this tool? It's to analyze data.
Data.
Okay? Or I could say she developed a tool for analyzing data. I'm sorry. This is a problem of the automatic corrector. Understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
You write one thing, it changes, okay? Because data, it doesn't exist in Portuguese, so it changes to data.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, teacher, I have a doubt. So if I have in this case, in the first case, we have the verb.
The reason. First and second case are the reason why you did something, right? Like you stopped to get some coffee, so it's possible to use the infinitive. I stopped on the way home to get some coffee, or I can use for, but I don't use a verb. That's not possible to say for getting.
Use a noun.
A noun, exactly. Okay?
In this case, analyzing is it's not a noun.
No. You are confusing. This is another case.
Ah, okay.
Like in the first case, it was not possible to say for getting some coffee because the idea was the reason why I stopped.
Okay.
Why did you stop? To get some coffee or for some coffee. Like imagine, for example, I tell my wife, oh, darling, after class, I'm going out. Why? For some beer. Or to have some beer.
Okay.
But I could not say for having some beer.
Okay. For I use with a noun.
It's the reason. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, one day you come to my house, just a hypothetical situation. As I told you, my wife is a professional chef. So she has a lot of things that I don't even know what they are good for. Understand? So sometimes I see a certain tool there and then I say, what is this used for? Oh, this is for cutting vegetables. For cutting vegetables. Or it's used to cut vegetables. When the idea is not the reason, but okay, the function of something, I can use for ing or to plus a verb in infinitive.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Let me see. Okay. Luana, I'm going to talk about this.
Hello, teacher. I'm here. I was writing.
Yes.
Trying to write.
Okay. No, you wrote well. Okay, I understood your question.
A good question. A good question.
We can say that reason and function is the same. No, they're different. So maybe, Carol, this is going to answer your question. Reason tells you why someone does something. In this case, you use to plus a verb in infinitive or for plus a noun. It is not possible to use for plus a verb in the ing. Functions tells you what something is used for. For example, a tool in this case. In this case, you can have three possibilities. To plus an infinitive, for plus a verb in the ing, or for plus a noun. Okay? Right?
Okay. Right.
It's very important. It's very important to distinguish if it's reason or function. All right?
Right.
Let me see what else. Teacher, there is an expression. Quem mandou me dar a bola? No?
5.
Okay, Juliana. I can't. Let me just think of anything like that at the moment. I will sleep over it and tell you later. Okay, guys, there are 3 more cases here, just to finalize this. If you don't know, or if you're not sure whether to use to or for in sentence like this, it's recommended to use to plus an infinitive, because to is used in both cases, reason or function. Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
It's common to make a mistake. Okay, it's a common mistake to use for plus a verb in the ing when talking about reason. For example, I stopped on the way home for getting some coffee. This is wrong, but it's a very common mistake made by learners of English. Okay? Now, we have number 3, then we have number 4, and then we have number 5. But what happens? We have no more time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tomorrow is, in English, they call it Labor
Day.
Labor Day. Labor is the same of work, right?
Right. So lessons.
Yes.
Yes,
Labor Day. Okay?
Okay.
Labor, labor is exactly the same of work, but nobody says tomorrow is work day. No, 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 no. The name is Labor Day.
Labor, labor,
Labor.
Tomorrow is Labor Day.
Well,
labor.
since it's Labor Day, work day, I'm sorry, but I decided not to work.
Teacher.
Tomorrow, I can assure you that I'm going to work a lot more than giving you classes. Because my wife has made a
Tomorrow
list.
is the best day to study.
Yeah, that's why I gave you a lot of extra material so you can sit down and study. My wife has given me a list about that big of things to do around the house tomorrow.
I imagine.
Okay?
Teacher, we have classes in the next week or finished today?
That's a very good question. I can assure you one thing. On Monday, at least on Monday, I'll be here to finish talking about this with you.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
It depends because I started and I want to finish. Okay.
Okay.
I don't like any coitus interruptus. You know. So.
Great.
I started and I want to finish. Okay. So
Okay,
I'll
perfect.
be here on Monday, and later I will talk to Bruno. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Thank
so
you,
now
teacher.
we see you on Monday. Okay.
Yeah, Monday I'm here for sure. Even if he says no, finished, I say no. I'm going to give the class. Okay.
Have a nice holiday, teacher.
Have a nice holiday.
Alberto.
Yes.
Here
Oscar.
it's not holiday.
Yes. There is. I think in September.
Yes, September.
Yes. It's the first Monday of September, as far as I remember. Yes.
I understand, but I understand your case.
But
a serious,
Oscar,
important case.
But Oscar,
yeah.
I remember that when I was at school, my teachers used to tell me that Labor Day was an international holiday celebrated in all countries.
Yes.
Yes. And it's funny because when I moved to the United States, I discovered that it was bullshit. You know?
Yes.
And then I discovered that's the most interesting thing.
Yeah.
Probably the president of Brazil that declared May 1st to be Labor Day was communist. Because tomorrow, Labor Day is celebrated in all communist countries in the world.
Really?
And in Brazil. In China, they don't have, but in Russia, they celebrate tomorrow. In Cuba, they celebrate tomorrow. You have the military parades.
Yes.
But in the United States, Canada, England, is the first Monday of September.
Yes, that's right.
Okay? So I hope you have a very nice weekend. I have another few minutes.
You too.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Have a nice
everyone.
weekend.
Bye.
I'll see you
Thank
guys
you.
on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yes.
I'll think about your question, okay, Juliana?
Okay, teacher. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend.
You too.